I guess we're live. I bet you guys are probably noticing that guy looks nothing like Ricky Bobby.
No.
And just a heads up, Ricky Bobby is doing a work trip and he couldn't make it. And truthfully, we had to get a show in this week because your boy's going to Europe for a couple weeks. Got to do that like World Superbike thing with Mr. Fong and the Attack Yamaha squad. So we're going to be both kind of out of pocket for the next couple of weeks. So when we get back, Ricky Bobby will rejoin us, and I'm sure we'll have all sorts of shit to say about the Attack World Superbike trip and whatever the fuck else is on the schedule racing wise. And so this is Mark. Mark's from Scouts Out YouTube channel.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, Mark typically does a lot of how-to shit and bike review stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, here, let me install this Domino bar grip.
Here's how to put on grips.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to get the glue out,
stuff.
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, Mark's a club racer out here in Southern California as well. I think he rides some little bike
Crappy
thing.
Aprilia thing,
Oh, he rides one of them 660 deals, right?
Yeah.
You got an R7 and an R9. You got a lot of bikes, so.
I do.
But yeah, and nice screen in the background too, buddy.
Yeah, that's just something kind of coming
it's
up.
It's something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you know what? Let's get into it. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of races last weekend. We had Moto GP at Motegi, World Superbike at Aragon, and then what probably most of the people in the comments already they don't really give a shit about any of that. They just want to hear about Moto America. And we'll get to Moto America because there's a lot of stuff there. Obviously, I'll just say it. I mean, we have the shark-bitten tires in Supersport. We have the championships decided, and we have the crash that was heard around the world. So we'll be talking about that. And so let's start with MotoGP, man. I'm gonna be honest, like. That Marquez dude, it's he's the champ again.
Oh yeah,
there's a bunch of people. It's so crazy because people are talking about how it was like the greatest comeback in GP history and things like that. And he had that pretty serious injury with his arm a few years back, and the guy's gone through some stuff. He's changed manufacturers. And now he's the factory red bike over there with the red shirts and the red everything. And he got it done. He got it done. But is it the greatest comeback in history? Because, Mark, I don't know if you've been in the sport long enough, but those of us who have do remember that a certain Australian dude by the name of Mick Doohan, he had his legs like sewed together. And then he came back and won 5 championships in a row.
That's absolute insanity.
I'd say that's probably the best comeback in history.
Yeah.
You see the argument all the time. Who's the GOAT? Who the fuck cares? Like, who cares who the GOAT is? He's the GOAT right now, Yeah. Like, he's the greatest right now. It looks like it anyway. The guy, like, there's nobody who can touch him except him, all season long, it's been him. He's had some brilliance of his brother coming around, but that guy kind of has fizzled out the latter half of the season for whatever reason. And quite frankly, nobody's been able to touch that dude until this past weekend. His teammate finally got his head out of his ass. So yeah. I guess we can talk about that too. Bagnaia got a couple of W's this weekend.
That was awesome.
With the Tissot sprint and the race. So I don't know. They claim that they found a setting that was the reason why he was having all those problems. But do you really buy that? Like, you've had one good weekend. Does that mean you fixed everything? I don't know. I see it in the comments. Cody Krager, thank you for that. Yeah, I was going to mention that. Dude, Juan Mir was on the box. Like, that guy was world champ that year. I think he became world champ the year that Marquez crashed out and broke his arm. And he's been like nowhereville pretty much since then. Yeah. He's kind of defended his championship kind of the way Roberts Jr. did back in the day, right? So, just a little history lesson there, Mark. And let me know what you think of MotoGP. Like,
Yeah,
how do you think it went down?
I am a Marquez fan, as you already know. So I kind of did start my interest in
Yeah.
MotoGP around that time period. So I've always been a fan of the dude, and
Right.
I 100% said with the Honda problems, if he gets moved to the best bike, I guarantee you he'll be the best guy out there. I think his talent is there no matter what bike you put him on. But I also think that those bikes during that time period were superior. And once you put the best guy on it, that's the result you get.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and it sucks because like those guys have worked their asses off, and to get on the MotoGP podium, I mean, you're racing against arguably the best riders in the world, or at least they're supposedly the best riders in the world, right? And so to get on the podium, and then because Marquez won the championship that weekend, like nobody cares. It's like nobody notices that Pecco finally gets on the box.
Place?
Mirror's finally on the box, right? Like,
yeah.
Like these guys are killing themselves. Acosta, I think, got the sprint box, right? But those guys, they finally get on the box and nobody cares because it's all about Marquez winning the championship and doing his little dance.
Yeah, that part does kind of suck. It does take a little bit away from the overall interest, in my opinion. But I mean, I am a fan of the dude, but it would be cool to have a little bit more going on in this race for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's love him or hate him, right? Like, I mean, you could,
definitely.
I mean, just look at the internet. Like, I mean, there's some pretty strong hate for the dude, and whatever. But it's hard to argue, even if you hate the guy. It's hard to argue that there's nobody.
The results are there, right?
Yeah. Currently, there's nobody on the grid that's where he is right now. Like that guy seems like he can pretty much get away with whatever the hell he wants to get away with. So So that's I don't know. Like I'm not like the deep dive guy with MotoGP. Like that's what Ricky Bobby's all about. Like that's his gig. So the other thing is there's some injuries and things like that. Jorge Martin goes in there and basically wipes out his teammate and breaks his collarbone and all that stuff. So Jorge's probably wishing that he could hit the do-over button at the beginning of the season.
The whole year, please. Yeah, for sure, dude. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, there was so much riding on all of that, and it just tanked, dude.
Well, the thing is, the guy, like he basically lost most of the season, came back, a few rounds ago or whatever, and he's been kind of like in the whatever zone. But when you're one of those dudes at the pointy end and you don't get the time that the other guys are getting, and then you come back, you can't expect to come back and be where you left off. So,
true.
That
is definitely the hard part with that.
Whatever that means. So, I think he's a talented dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guy's a world champion. Like he certainly did not forget how to ride.
Right.
Like, does anybody honestly think that Jorge Martin forgot how to ride a motorcycle? Like, the guy's a fucking world champ. Like, come on. Yeah. So, but like I did think it's kind of funny. There's another podcast that's a friend of ours, friend of the show, I guess you could say. Rex has that Be Forever Cool podcast, and my Attack Yamaha roommate is a pretty frequent commenter on that show, and they were always giving Rex, they're always giving Rexy shit about Bagnaia, and then he finally pulls off 2 wins. So I'm sure those guys
showed up, man.
I didn't watch their podcast last night, but I'm sure Rexy was like slapping those guys around a little bit because of that.
I bet. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So Be Forever Cool. Be Forever Cool podcast, everybody. Check that thing out. Those guys are pretty funny. They've got some really hilarious dudes. I think they do a couple podcasts a week. I think it's like Mondays and Thursdays. So definitely take a look at those guys. Those guys are really funny. So there you go. Let's see here. I'm seeing Yamaha Blue Crew races were crazy this weekend. Shout out to Chris Clark. Thanks for that, Sonny Kim. Oh, and Oki Rider saying that Martin forgot how not to wreck in turn 1 on the start. That's harsh. That's harsh. Yeah. But dude, like, did you see his X-ray?
No.
Did you see dude? Jorge Marti posted his X-ray, bro, and it looked like.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. It looked like it didn't tickle. Let's just put it that way, bro. Like he had some separation in there. There's like I don't know if they go in there and put chicken wire in there to put it back. I don't even know.
Yeah, right.
There's like,
I know, because if it was one of us, our old ass.
There's like a healthy.
For like years.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's, I don't know what's going to happen in that series. I mean, obviously there's some changes coming there. We could talk a little bit about that stuff, but like Toprak's coming in, right?
Yeah.
And I know they're switching to Pirelli's for the 27 season, right? So I'm curious how, like, everybody's curious how he's going to do next year on the Michelins, and I think that dude's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure that guy's a lunatic already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's going to push the limits. There's no doubt. He'll figure it out.
And yes, Chunky, here we go. We got Chunky Buns in the chat. Thank you for watching this. She was saying that, and it sucks that she's finally here like early and Ricky Bobby's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she says she loves seeing hemorrhoid. She refers to Marquez as hemorrhoid, by the way.
Perfect.
She loves seeing hemorrhoid on the Ducati with his ass handed to him by us. I think she's talking. I think she's talking about the other hemorrhoid. She's not talking about Marquez. But gotcha. I just know her. Yeah, she said the name. There you go. Yeah, she loves. I truthfully, I just love seeing Campobier win it. We're gonna talk about Moto America in a second, but yeah, I guess we'll just pause. You just fuck up my rhythm. Thanks a lot, Chunky Bones.
Yeah, I know, right? We're all like Moto America.
Yeah. I definitely want to get there. Let's talk about World Superbike stuff. I have a laundry list of. Mark, where'd you go, man?
I'm still here. I have no idea what's up.
Did you like turn your camera off, you retard?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, turn your camera back on. I'm
still here,
bro.
though.
Where'd you go?
I got this.
All right, like so I have this laundry list of stuff to go through. Like, and I know Ricky Bobby doesn't want me to dive too deep into this, but there's quite the silly season brewing up here. So, in World Superbike, you've basically got just musical chairs happening. I mean, Johnny Ray's announcement of retirement, I think that's not shocking to anybody, but I've heard it linked to BMW. I guess Oliveira is going to BMW. Toprak obviously is going to the MotoGP and Yamaha. Jake Dixon and Chantra are going to Honda. Xavi Vierge or whatever going to Yamaha. Lecuona to Ducati, Bautista to Barney, Stefano Manzi from World Supersport to the GRT Yamaha team. I mean, literally is just like musical chairs. Mark, turn your camera. There you go. There you're back now. Like you tripped over the cord and broke the internet or what, bro?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I think the camera time's out. I don't know.
Yeah, and so also, Petrucci to BMW as well. So, dude, like, what's World Superbike going to look like next season with all these crazy moves, you think?
Oh, man, that's going to be awesome. I'm kind of excited for the Petrucci and BMW to see how the BMW kind of plays out. I think that's pretty rad. I think next year is going to be a lot of fun across the board for that particularly.
Yeah. I mean, is there anybody, do you think, like, I mean, Bulega would basically just be ruining everybody if it wasn't for Toprak there smashing him in the face. So
yeah, that's true.
Like, is there anybody on that list that I said, do you think that is going to give Bulega anything?
A run for their money? Who's going to be Bulega's partner next year? Did you hear? Did we know that one?
Let's see. What did I say it was? Oh, Lecuona.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that could be a possibility, because looking at Petrucci, you know, he's so far behind in the standings.
Right.
Like,
and dude, that guy has some good rides, right? Like
right?
Petrucci
Yeah,
has
he's
some
in
good
third
rides.
place. He's doing great, but
Right.
like point wise, no, he's nowhere near.
Yeah, dude.
Those two are just gone.
Like he hasn't, you know, you haven't really seen anything from like, I mean, truthfully, you haven't seen much from Gerloff. You haven't seen much from Redding. I mean, Vandermark, who I hear is coming to Moto America. I don't know, or wants to come to America. I mean, you've seen occasional brilliance from Iannone, but he's kind of nowhereville for the most part. Like none of the Lowe's brothers. I mean, usually those guys, the Lowe's are on their face, right? Like they're usually crashing out. You know, Locatelli's on the Yamaha. I mean, Toprak, like who's the closest BMW? Like, I mean, Vandermark, the teammate of Toprak, is 13th in the championship. So, you know, it certainly doesn't bide well for making BMW look like the best motorcycle. That's for sure.
Totally. That's probably the whole switch for next year is to try.
Ricky Bobby's giving me shit for talking about the silly season stuff, but I mean, truthfully, I mean, it's like we can talk more about it, because I mean, you can talk endless. You can do a whole show just about that, you know. But it's just, you know, what do you think is gonna happen in World Superbike? Do you think Bulega next year is just gonna run away with the thing, or what?
I mean, it's definitely possible. I don't see why he wouldn't be a top contender at all. You know, I could see him. Okay,
dude, you gotta keep turning your camera off, man. You gotta keep turning.
Sorry about
that. Keep turning the camera off.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm doing that like nervous on camera thing, and I just shut it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good thing we're such a professional operation over here.
Yeah. Okay. I have no idea why this thing like times out.
All right, you're good. So keep doing that. Keep talking about what do you think about World Superbike and how it's going to go next season.
I mean, I think that's kind of sums it up with Bulega just kind of being there. You know, he's going to be the guy to beat. There's no doubt about that. There's going to be definitely a lot of changes on different bikes. So hopefully there'll be someone that gets in the right spot, right time to be able to like progress and push on the right motorcycle. Because even if it's not the fastest motorcycle, a lot of times people just don't gel with that bike. And with all the changes that are going on, I mean, it's almost hard to say who's not going to gel with that bike and who's not going to put themselves up there this next year. So I think it's definitely possible. But I do think they will be chasing him. That's for sure.
I see in the comments, M. Heinrichs says that Chantra's going to get eaten alive in that field.
Yeah.
I mean, Miguel Oliveira is a pretty quick guy in GP. He's just like, you know, he's just never made it to the top for the most part, right?
Same kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
expecting so much more.
Yeah, dude, you got issues, man.
Yeah, bro, I have all kinds.
You're just like, yeah, let's be on camera. Nope.
No.
Yeah. So
let's see if my MacBook will do.
Yeah. What's the World Superbike class gonna look like? It seems like a twins class, but ZX4 RR rider and stuff. Like nothing official. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the World Sport Bike class. I don't know what that means. But like Supersport, right? Like, what do you think of the RPM limit added to the R9?
Oh, that's going to be interesting, dude. It's kind of crappy, but I guess I would say I kind of feel that way just simply because I know you can see the R9's got a little bit more grunt in all the corners, and yet it's still holding up in the high end. So they got to do something, man. And there's it was a pretty clean wipe through all series, which to me says the bike's a little bit faster than everything else. Now, hopefully it's in the ergonomics and the way the bike works, not necessarily just the sheer power of it, but
I mean, anybody that's seen one of those things on the dyno knows those things are stupid fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, those things are bad.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the reality is the Superbike class, it's like, you basically got a couple of $20,000 bikes racing against a couple of, you know, $50,000+ bikes to start with before the World Superbike treatment. Yeah. Right. So like you go buy an R1, you're like $20K down, and then you do Superbike stuff to it, and go, right?
Yeah.
So like, and they're, the R1's kind of evolution of a bike that they came out with in 2015, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they've
updates
Yamaha's made a bunch of changes to that bike over the years, and yay, we got wings this year, and some other things.
right.
But and truthfully, I mean, over here and over there, you can tell visibly that the bikes are faster than they previously were. But is that enough? I mean, like they have to kind of go kind of nuts with the development to make them, kind of hang with the bikes that are just kind of
exactly.
like, I think our bikes stock make like 180 horsepower or something like that. And, I don't know what they're making in Superbike, but I'm guessing they're making
a hell of a lot more.
They're making significantly more than that. And I think some of those other bikes are making even more than that stock, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're coming out.
I mean, look at Toprak at Coda with the 206. I mean, I know the Pirellis are good. Right? The Pirellis are amazing.
Are they that good?
But are they good enough to take a stock bike? And you know what I mean? So I mean, Toprak is definitely a big factor in that. That guy is definitely a unmatched talent in the sport. I think so. But yeah, that was like Nate Kern's track day, and the dude like goes out. I want to say that was Nate Kern's Alpha bike, right? And he just goes out there on the thing. It's like a stock 1,000 bike, and he goes out there and goes faster than the Superbike guys in the States. It's like, so what, dude? Like everybody's talking about that. I guess Bobby, we were talking about it when we got to Jersey last weekend, and Bobby was like, dude, everybody's texting me that video. Like, he's like, bro, put some Dunlops on and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I don't want to be mean to Dunlop. But I feel that way.
Yeah, totally. So so people are saying that the new Ducati, did you see that thing? It's supposed to make like 239 at the rear wheel, some 240. Can you imagine? Like the bike off the showroom is like, okay, you go and you hand the dealer 60 grand or whatever it is, and then you get this amazing. You basically are buying a MotoGP bike with lights and mirrors. Like, what?
Yeah,
what's happening here?
And show
like,
up.
Why is that okay? Yeah, dude, or whoever, right? Like, whoever. So, yeah. And I can see Flow for Law Racing in the chat. Thank you guys. Cool. You guys gave me a hat, but it reads backwards. I don't know. I guess when I look in the mirror, it's like, yeah, okay, it says Flow for Law, cool. But then every other time in life that you come across this hat, it's like backwards. Yeah.
There's a lot of backwards things.
Yeah, thanks for the hat, guys. That team has had some crazy ups and downs. I mean, I guess we're shifting gears to Moto America because I really don't give a shit about Ricky Bobby's not here, so I don't have to spend any time talking about Moto 2 and Supersport. Like honestly, nobody cares. Nobody cares
to them anymore. I keep trying, dude. I watch them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On my time.
Yeah.
I'm not like.
I mean, dude,
to come on.
Truthfully, I've basically stopped watching Moto 3. Truthfully, I was really interested with following the progress of Christian Daniel in the Rookies Cup thing, but Rookies is over, man. So like,
hopefully he makes it at some point. And
it's like, oh, cool. Let's go watch Moto 3. They're gonna fan out 10 wide going to turn 1. Great.
Yeah.
Got it. Seen it. Cool.
Although, that's Moto America. I was gonna say our freaking Twins Cup dude. He's going to it this year, right?
Track Day Junkie's like, wait, we're not gonna talk about Moto E? That's it. I'm unsubscribing. Does anybody watch Moto E? Isn't Moto E like the WNBA of racing?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. Like. I mean Ricky Bobby probably watches Moto E, dude.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ricky.
Yeah. Ricky Bobby is definitely watching Moto E, right? So let's see. Sean Summers. Watch the highlights of Moto 3 and Moto 2 on the toilet. Got it. Yeah, exactly. Like he said, his time. He didn't have to say that, Sean, but way to go. Way to point it out. Everybody's watching those. And the only people watching Moto E in the toilet watch WNBA also, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but I think they're bringing the baggers over to MotoGP next year. So
Yes. How
yeah,
crazy is that, dude?
yeah.
I mean,
I think there's gonna be like some kind of spec ECU thing. I don't know, but
oh, there has to be.
and I don't know if it's like all Harleys over there or if it's like Harley and Indian and the gang. I really don't know, but
Yeah.
they seem like people seem to be getting on board with that bagger thing, dude.
Oh,
So
big time, man. Like I
yeah.
keep trying to watch it. I guess it just doesn't really do anything for me, I guess. Like
Yeah. You know what? I will say this. Those guys in the pits, there's nobody having more fun in the pits than those guys.
oh,
Those guys kick ass all day, both, Indian, Harley, both. They go and just work their asses off, even the privateer teams, and then afterwards,
yeah.
they're the throwback race team stuff where everybody's drinking beers and doing burnouts in the pits, dude. It's epic.
Yeah.
So
Freaking fantastic.
I mean, we're trying to pack crates into the garages over there, and those guys are just melting. Like,
Melting tires. All
I think they would just pop tires. I mean, seriously, they were like doing burnouts, so they popped.
Dude,
It's
that's
pretty
awesome.
crazy. So,
Yeah.
I think I even saw Rispoli over there, just like
No
burning one.
way.
And I was like, hell yeah, dude.
That's
Hell
so
yeah.
awesome, dude. That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
those guys, they just legitimately.
They're keeping it real, dude. They're being real freaking dudes.
Yeah.
Just having
Yeah.
fun.
And it's like I wish we could go back to a time when the Superbike guys were like that, when they would just like Aaron Yates would just go and just burn the thing down, wheelies, stoppies, and all that shit. So like that's what made us all dig that stuff, and the only people that are doing that is the Harley dudes now. So anyway, who knows? Maybe we, like Chunky Buns is pointing out that maybe bringing baggers to MotoGP will it'll expose some of those rednecks to MotoGP.
Ooh, I
maybe
don't know if that's
I don't
an
know.
acceptable thing for worldwide yet.
Yeah. I mean, Frankie Garcia is being mentioned in the chat too. I actually saw that guy. Cool. Frankie's putting in work with the Harley things, but I don't think he's actually racing right now. So
yeah,
I don't know exactly what Frankie's doing, but I think he's working for a factory Harley, and he's a guy behind the scenes, and he travels to circus. So for whatever,
that's awesome.
Whatever there.
In the bagger series, I met him in the line trying to get into Laguna Seca, and he
Frankie?
invited me to come party that night. I was like, hell yeah,
of course he did. Of course he did.
Awesome.
Shocker. Frankie Garcia, you meet him and he invites you to have a party. Shocker.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. So there's been people agreeing with me on the Yates thing, right? Like when I started watching motorbike racing over here in the States in the late 90s anyway, I graduated college, moved to California, and I start watching the races, and Yates was my hero because that dude was like backing it in, burnouts, stoppies, wheelies. That dude would be wheeling knee down, like that guy was. He would do like feet up, rolling burnouts. Like that dude was just the original stunt rider guy.
Yeah, just
jump curbs, drag elbow, like we used to have stickers people made that was like a silhouette of him dragging elbow on the curbing. Like awesome. I want to say it was at Mid Ohio on that one, but correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, people. But a little history lesson from Mark here because he's a little more rookie than even Ricky Bobby is. So he's fairly new last several years. Okay, so bear with him. He's kind of new, All right. So, so Moto America, dude. Moto America. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So we had some Supersport stuff, right?
We did.
It was basically for the most part all season long. It was the Matt versus PJ show, just like it was last year. Those guys were basically stabbing each other in the neck all season, ups and downs, issues here and there. Obviously Matt and Blake were developing a new motorcycle all year, the Yamaha R9. Those of you who might not remember, but before the R9 came out, everybody shit all over it, and how dare Yamaha just throw fairings on the MT-09 and go racing? like that.
Yep.
I mean, you remember, right?
Oh yeah, same thing with the
Well,
R7.
well. Let's
Yeah,
see.
look at that.
How did those kind of comments age?
Oh yeah, those definitely got foot in mouth, man,
Right?
because that bike is awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's it's had some issues. It's got its own characteristics, and the way it makes power is pretty unique. And it sounds like a triple. But you know what?
Yeah,
Like as the season progressed, you kind of get used to that sound, and you're like, man, that sounds kind of badass in race trim,
yeah, it
right?
does not sound bad at all.
But yeah, I mean, PJ was right there. Kayla's had some moments.
That was
Blake,
cool watching her get up
Blake,
there now.
Blake's had some pretty brilliant rides.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you've had a couple of Tyler Scott brilliant rides. Josh Hayes won one in the wet. But, bottom line, it came down to the last weekend. And unfortunately, whatever happens, we had some shark bites on the tires or whatever. And
yeah.
the championship was kind of decided because of the tires, but not really because Matt was gone. Or
Oh,
like
yeah.
he was in. Matt was like when PJ had that tire failure, like Matt was already in another county.
Yeah.
So like he was already on his way back to the airport.
Yep. Yeah, he had already there's Checker
Yeah.
already came. He was already packed up. Yeah.
Right.
That was like 15 freaking or 16 seconds, dude. Like tell me that's not a dude who just threw it down. Like this isn't for winning the season. This isn't for winning the race. This is
that guy, dude, that guy is such when I talk to him now, like, dude, Skoltz is such a serial killer now, dude. Like, dude, he's so intense. He's like, he like wants to smash everybody, like wants to run the scoreboard up. Like he is so fired up. It's awesome.
Oh man, I don't know. That's cool, dude. Because
he's like a full on dude. He's like a full on axe murderer, dude. Like it's awesome.
Fucking Skolty, man. Yeah,
dude.
I always followed that guy, hoping he would finally, get there. But satellite teams and still so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he murdered it on that R90.
Yeah, dude. He was doing such a great job on that thing, and he's so funny because he's so intense. Yeah. And he says the most just honest. Like I stick my stupid little vlog camera in his face, and he says the most honest shit ever. Like that's awesome. I love that guy, dude. Love that guy. Yeah. So like he definitely earned the one plate again. Oh, and what do you think about him, about his little announcement on the podium, and then his team manager announcing as well on the podium? Like I guess Matt's going Superbike next year.
Yep.
I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I know, right? I don't know. We did kind of have a previous conversation earlier, and I don't want to mix that into this, but it is kind of difficult, like to think like that. They're gonna stay Yamaha. I'm assuming is the potential.
I mean,
maybe
that's the rumor. I've heard a bunch of rumors. Right? I was talking to Trevor Watson about the rumors today. It's like, oh, dude, I heard this guy's going here and here and here and here and here. Right?
Oh shit.
And truthfully, dude, at one of the dinners, I think it was, I don't know, it's all kind of blending together, but I think it was Saturday night. We were somewhere, and Brian and Max Van were at the bar, and so I talked to them, and they're like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And I'm like, "I don't know," like, you know what I mean? So like everybody's kind of, there's a lot of rumors out there, and it's like, truthfully, all the rumors, like, I don't have the answer. The answers, I don't know. Like I'm like, wow, I heard that rumor too. From everywhere except there. And I pointed at Richard, right? Like I haven't heard that rumor. I haven't heard the rumor from that guy, And quite frankly, it's not up to us. Yamaha does that stuff, but it'd be cool to see Richard build another bike, and
dude.
Or maybe they build their own bike and Richard builds their engines or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that Strack team's pretty switched on. So,
for sure, dude.
Yeah. And, it's pretty cool that there's some comments in there why Strack and Attack are going together on the World Superbike thing. And, I mean, Richard and Strack worked that deal out. I don't know the specifics on that, but yeah, they're coming to the party. I think they're coming to the Estero round. I don't believe they're going to make it to Jerez because I think there's like a race of champions or something maybe that they're going to maybe be involved in. But Daytona, maybe they want some more Daytona data or something. I don't know, but that team is pretty strong, and I think it's pretty cool that they're kind of helping Richard bring the circus to World Superbike, if you will.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
Yeah, those bikes actually just got thrown in crates and packed up and shipped off yesterday.
Wow. That's crazy, dude.
Like, dude, we were at the track till like I don't know. I want to say till maybe it was quite a bit. It was a little bit after 9, Sunday night.
Yeah, you texted me the photo, right?
Yeah.
Where you? I was like, oh my god, you're doing what?
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry, man. I would talk to you, but I'm kind of busy getting yelled at. Yeah, what a hell of a season, though. I got to travel with those guys all year. I got to go to all these tracks that I've never been to before, and truthfully, my favorite track on the circuit, I know it's gonna piss some people off locally, but it's not Laguna Seca anymore. It's Road America. Totally want to come try to, dude. I totally want to go ride Road America. That place looks bananas.
Let's go, dude.
And Jersey's a fun track, and truthfully, going there, I ended up hanging out with the craziest fans ever, also known as CFE. Shout out to Sherm Dog and Rut and Nick and the Gummy Bear, like the whole gang, like those guys. Such a great time. Yeah, we still need Attack Bob t-shirts. I think Alpha Omega is working on something there. And we'll just leave it at that. I know that as far as the Attack Bob shirts or whatever too, like maybe there's something with Jeff Yamaha is working on something like that. But I think the Bob shirts are mostly Alpha Omegas handling that stuff. So just seeing that in the chat. But yeah, so the Moto America journey. I mean, I don't know if you saw the photo I took of inside the rig. There's a wet board, and Marshall and I have this like funny thing that we've been doing all year. It's like, he calls up his wife and he's like, yeah, I haven't even killed Dustin yet. Like that's how he wrote like a OSHA sign, like how many days without wanting to kill.
Dude, that's awesome.
And then we did the Bart Simpson. We did the Bart Simpson thing where I'm like, and he's like choking me.
Yeah, that was good.
And I kind of did one to him too, but Sarah somehow didn't snap the picture of that one. It just looked like I was laughing about it, but it still works. Like it's super funny.
It worked. It was
super funny. But yeah, walking around talking to people. I had an experience this weekend that I've never had before too. And I walk around all weekend. I talk to the riders. I usually end up going and talking to the folks, the folks that Moto America doesn't seem to want to talk to or know or recognize exists. So, I go and talk to the guys in the back 40, and I talk to this guy, and he and his wife and everybody, they watch the show, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
they watched the show,
dude.
But the dude was like super not down with being on camera. And then, I every now and then over the course of the weekend, I'd kind of go by them and be like, hey, what's up? Like, all right, cool. And then at some point on Sunday, the dude's wife came and was like, okay, we've got him convinced to do it if you're still down. Shit. I was like, yeah, I'm still down. I went and talked to him and everybody in their pit and all that. And it worked out fine.
That's awesome, dude.
So, but yeah, so what do you think of tire stuff, man? Like, I heard a lot of rumors. I talked to Chuck Axlin about the tire thing and the ruling that they made. And I also spoke to Corey Maynard at Dunlop, and she gave me some feedback on what had happened to the tires. But do you want to talk about what you saw?
Well, from what I saw was they have an R7, which is probably a different, like how the cupping of the tire or whatever is, and obviously the hardness of the tire is probably plays an effect with the R7 versus the R6. But the R6 was, I believe, a last year's model.
I think I think the R4 is what they were running. Is the R4 and the R6 tire? Those are the Japanese tires, and then the R7 is like the, it's like the tires that the U.S. tires that are kind of still hanging around.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Okay.
So I think
But
everybody
the
was on.
R6 was the one grabbing up on our R9s out there and chucking people around pretty good in that same corner.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what tire they were in. I thought they were running
They were on
the
an R6.
Are you sure? I thought they were running
Pretty
R4s.
sure the Supersport Yamaha R9s were running a R6 compound, from my understanding. At least Hayes and dang it, I can't remember who else was riding it. It may have been. I'm pretty sure it was Schulte, because Schulte and Hayes at the same time, same corner, multiple times.
Right.
Were.
Well, I mean, I know that Skoltz had one go off in qualifying 2, and he went off track, right? And the rear tire on that thing looked like a shark had just taken a big old bite out of the thing. And then, and then in the race, PJ had it happen, and I've heard there was a couple other ones, but the one, the one that PJ had, I mean, it came apart and basically like it deflated as well. So.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that stripe, like you could stick your fist in there. I was like, whoa,
that's insane, dude.
Shark bite. And I talked to Corey about it, and Corey was like, look, she's like, this track is pretty unique because that turn 7, 8, 9 complex, you're on the side of the tire for a long time on the gas. And in my head, I was like, the carousel at Coda.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're running. I don't know if it's a compound thing or whatever. But she did say something interesting to me, and it was something about the tire pressures. And she was saying that perhaps some of the teams that had that issue, because not everybody had that issue, maybe some of the teams that had that issue were maybe a bit underinflated.
Okay. And the Dunlop likes a higher pressure from everything.
Right. I think they recommend a certain pressure, but what she was saying, that she suspected that they were going quite a bit lower than that, maybe, and maybe the tire is not really down with working that hard.
Yeah,
that level of pressure in it. So that kind of makes sense. But then again, it's also like being real. None of that's a good look when it happens, and that tire brand has had a long storied history on tires popping. And when you see that shit happen, it's like, dude, is it like 2003 again? Is it the 90s again? Like,
is that when the tires are from?
yeah. Like, did we check the date code on that one, dude? Yeah. Is that like an old 501 from the late 90s, dude? Like,
mm-hmm. I don't know,
so I mean, I don't know, but when people are paying what they're paying for tires, because everybody has to pay, you'd think that you'd give everybody the best stuff you can, So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure they're cracking whips in corporate meetings about that, because that's definitely not something they're probably interested in having happen again.
No,
so
I wouldn't want to be in that office right now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like there was not a whole lot of time between that Q2 and the race. So, I'm sure that, making the decision to shorten the race or whatever, I think they had previously decided to shorten the race anyway. But then, PJ's thing went off, and I think somebody said another one went off, maybe Corey's. But, that's why they ended up red flagging the thing. And, the rumors were that Moto America wasn't what? Oh, Chili's talking about Sevilla. Chili, calm down. Like I'm on the internet, bro. Like, calm down.
Chili. Here, what we need.
Like Chili's like, what, dude? Talking about dinner at Sevilla. Like, bro, that's in 2 weeks, dude. Calm down.
It's coming.
So it's one of those deals where the rumors were that Moto America consciously decided to keep it going so it would be like past the point of a restart. And I talked to Chuck Axland. Gotta say, give that dude props. Like he he definitely is. He's given me opportunities to check out the TV tent and walk me through the whole process that they use there. And he's like, "Look, I heard the call come in. They red flagged it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay." So
That's what it is.
that's what he told me. So, I don't know where the rumored of there's always rumors. So, it's kind of cool that Chuck's been pretty open to discussion whenever there's a question. I actually jammed him up about a few other things too, and he's like right on it. Hasn't he's willing to answer even tough questions about money and things. Those of you who know. And then the last thing is obviously, like they just, it's not like they're out to get anybody or whatever.
No. Of course not.
Yeah. So Matt ended up winning the championship. PJ ended up not getting to at least have an attempt at a run, right? So, and then it sounds like, because of the announcement, I guess they're both going to Superbike next year, right? PJ on the Ray Hall Ducati and Strack on whatever. They haven't announced what they're doing yet, but they said they're going Superbike racing with Matt. So, both of those guys will be in Superbike, which that's going to make Superbike nuts, right?
Yeah, right. Especially
you
with
add
the
those two,
of all the stock.
Yeah, you add those two lunatics to the equation there.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Orange Cat dudes, they had a healthy showing.
That was awesome.
In Superbike.
Did a great job, dude.
Well, Andrew too, man. They both ripping.
Yeah.
One of the things I got to do, I've been doing this for a while now, since probably Moto America. I've been doing like spot duty, so I'll go out and watch Superbike practice and the first qualifier to kind of see what our guys are doing versus the other guys, and kind of watch them ride, listen to their shift points, watch their tip-ins, and you can kind of see different things about the riders, and you see like, oh, that guy's getting an extra back shift there. Oh man, that guy isn't getting a back shift and he's lugging off the corner. And then there's also, wow, that Superbike guy's missing the apex every lap. That's interesting. Like, oh, that dude's fading in early and then running wide at the exit. Oh, that
looks like Mark riding out there.
Like, wow, dude. I was like, is that Gil Ramos out there, dude?
Send it, Gil. You got this.
No, Gil Ramos was not out there, but you know what I mean. So getting to watch, and you get to see, you get to see the differences in the riders and the characteristics of their bikes and things like that. And Bobby's got a characteristic that he does. He kind of has this. Tony Elias used to do it too and get away with it, and a few other riders as well. Bobby has this thing where he rolls in there and he just turns in early. Somehow gets the thing turned and is able to drive off
and hold that corner in that apex. It's so impressive, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Is that just the Yamaha that can do that?
Yeah, and it, and yes. By the way, I'm on the path to that. What everyone wants to hear about, but I was over there in turn 5 to see if you guys know. Like Shermdog was there with me. Rut was there. I think Nick was there. I don't know if Nick remembers that, but for obvious reasons, CFE. But watching, and Mark and I were watching. It's like, look, dude, like this guy's doing that. This guy's doing it. Oh, look at that guy, dude. Big improvements from Ben Smith this weekend. It looked like. He had some issues, and truthfully, he had a bad string of luck again this weekend. But man, that dude has made some big improvements in his riding already, and I think getting those extra, love to see that dude get some extra laps, get some more time on the buttons. Like you saw the video I did with Bobby, right, where he's like talking about his Nintendo. He's like, okay, so that one's NOS, that one's the smoke screen, that was the oil slick. There's a lot of shit in the races. So on a Superbike that you don't get on a stock 1000 bike, and if you're not familiar with that, I mean, it takes a while to trust the electronics fully to take advantage of them and everything, right? So, but yeah, we go into the race. our team had an 8-point lead going into the weekend. Race 1, Bob does the thing. All of a sudden, we have a 13-point lead going into race 2 on Sunday. And, Bob being Bob, he's going to go do his thing. And he goes and does his thing. And, the pace in race 2 was kind of slow. And truthfully, watching Heron's bike, I mean, say what you will about the guy. I mean, everybody knows that, I've had some like pretty healthy beefs with that guy over the years. And, watching that guy, Sherm Dog can even back me up on this because he was there watching too. But dude, that bike looks super difficult to ride. I mean, that thing looks like a handful mid corner. So like every lap, the dude, like we were watching, even in turn 5, every lap, like he would be like off the curbing there a little bit, run wide a little bit, and somehow still get the thing going and drive. But he wasn't like setting the world on fire lap time wise, So he's a crafty dude. He's been doing this forever. So he's just going to use that craft. And so like race 2, it looked like he was just kind of controlling the pace, and Bob was doing his thing, knowing that the Jaws music was playing behind him with Bobes behind him, right? Like that's the worst thing nobody wants to have Bobier behind you in a race because that dude's gonna take a shot at you.
Oh yeah,
right?
Sooner or later.
And he was a little bit off. But maybe Bob didn't recognize that. But Bob kind of rolls in there, and I know he loved to tap the back of Heron's bike a couple times in the race. I was like, dude, like let him at least give him an extra couple feet, bro. Like.
Yeah.
Why are you right there? He's gonna roll up. He holds the gas closed in that corner because he's trying to probably gather that monstrosity up.
Yeah,
and he's
trying to get that thing to fucking turn.
Yeah, dude. The thing does not look like it's cooperating at all, dude. Like it looks like, dude, that bike looks super good on the way in and the way out, but in the middle, the thing looks like. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna say.
Hold on for safety.
Yeah, that thing looks like it's trying to tie itself up into knots in the corner.
Yeah,
And, maybe he has to ride it that way on that particular kind of track.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, he did the same thing multiple times over again. And, Bob went in there and Heron did roll off, but he was rolling off there every lap. Like
probably because he had no choice or that fucking.
Yeah. He was right, dude.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of emotions there and whatever, but, that's my take on it. We were all gutted, obviously. Put the bike back together. The team does the thing, right? Like it's like, bam, we're still in it. I think we were down. I think for race 3, I think we were down 13 points. So there was still a pretty healthy shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still a pretty healthy shot to win the thing. And, truthfully, he crashed out of the lead, in race 3. So, Bob's your uncle. That's it. That's Jenga, if you will, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some commentary, people saying that we should have been at a ceremony or whatever. But dude, we had one bike that was a complete total loss, and then we had to completely build another one, prep, basically fix, repair, whatever, 2 motorcycles and load crates for World Superbike, and that podium ceremony may not have been like the highest priority for the team. So.
Understand.
That's my opinion. I don't speak for the team, but I'm just kind of seeing some of the commentary out there. And Joel RN, you have a question: why didn't Bobby take second or third? What racer wants to take second or third, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
honestly,
those guys. What makes the racing so great is you got these like dudes that. Bobby and Josh both kind of wear their hearts on a sleeve in maybe different ways, but they both, they're both super emotional dudes, and they, they're going to send it. And if shit doesn't go right, and if they don't think things are going right, they're going to say it's not going right. So, yeah. Is Jake mad at Bob or wasn't able to help? I don't know what you mean by that, August Nord.
I think Jake was putting in what he could.
I think Jake did a great job there in the beginning, kind of helping out in the beginning. Race 1, he got out to the lead and kind of took some of that pressure off of Bob. Bob got going and just checked out, mailed everybody a postcard from the top of the box, right? So I don't like anybody that knows Jake knows how chill that guy is. I don't see an anger, like he doesn't have that in him. So I don't know why people would even say that. So
Well, I think people like they just don't know. They anticipate that your teammate's going to win. So what can I do? Like I'm going to
right,
forcefully screw people over,
right,
slow down the pack, whatever the case may be.
yeah,
Like
right,
that's not always the case, man, and that's not
right.
always the right answer. So
Right. And truthfully, there was some rumors there that the Ducati team was celebrating and in race 2 when Bob had crashed. And there were some people on that team that were like, no, that actually didn't happen. So they were like, oh, they weren't
yeah,
cheering.
at the
So
end of the day, they're all friends
yeah.
out there. They all deal with each other.
I don't know if they're all friends. Let's
Yeah, okay, yeah.
yeah. I don't
Maybe not
I don't
friends, but
I don't know if everybody's going to dinner together, I mean,
yeah.
everybody's kind of friends with Bobs, but I don't know who friends or what, but they're all doing a job. Like I don't think anybody's like maliciously trying to take out their competition or whatever. And truthfully, I think Heron knew what he had, and I think he knew what he had to do, and he was kind of controlling the pace, keeping it slow, because he had to, I mean, because if Bob had a second in the tank, so it looked like he was just kind of waiting, and it's like any day now, bro. And then, so, I'm sure Richard, when I get him on, Richard's still driving across country. So we're probably going to do Superbike Genius Thursday instead of Wednesday. But I'm sure Richard will have some insight there for that stuff. But yeah, that was the crash heard around the world. And, truthfully, the races this season have been great. Like some of the best finishes, the closest finishes, the biggest scraps,
Was that race 2 not the best race ever? Well, just
race
to drop back to
race
the
3,
Supersport?
race 3, dude. I mean,
yeah.
Race 3. I mean, you look at those M4 guys, and they've kind of had, they've had another kind of up and down season as well, and both of those guys ended up tasting the box, right? So
yeah, it's pretty impressive.
And they fought, and Heron even got roughed up a little bit by SDK, and there was some pretty epic turn 5 scraps there, and I mean, dude, a couple of times those guys looked like they were touching, right? Like it was healthy.
Yeah.
It was healthy scraps. So who knows, man? What do you think? I mean, do you think that M4 is going to come out swinging with that new Suzuki?
With the new GSXR?
Yeah.
God, I hope so. I hope they at least get up there, man. Like, get in the mix, please. I mean, you got Scott giving it hell, doing everything he can. Yeah, it's 750, it's Supersport, but it's still not what's out there right now at that level, And then the Suzuki, like, how long has that been? Like, how old is that motorcycle? I mean, yeah,
like
it's
2017,
but yeah,
it's a 2017,
really 2017, dude. Like,
right?
come on. Like,
yeah. I mean, you see those Honda guys, they made a bunch of progress on their new stuff.
Yeah, they did. Impressive.
And they're going to keep going with that. Hayden Gillen getting on the box there.
Yeah, JD Beach, baby.
Yeah.
Superstock freaking tearing it up. Like,
yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's been a great season, I mean, going into it, the last several years, I mean, 4 of the last 5 years, our team won the championship, and then we lost one last year. Heron got one, and half the field was crashed, so you pretty much knew that Heron was going to win the thing. Yeah. And it was like a mile away. But this year, you didn't know going into the weekend who was going to win. I mean, dude, it could have been anybody. Yeah. Like every weekend, it was like, okay, well, we got to the point where there was 3 dudes that you knew probably were going to win it, but you didn't know which one was going to win. And then you can't even tell by watching practice and qualifying, because like some of them,
it was just throwing it all over the place.
I mean, like Bob's. I mean, Bob's was like, dude, Bob crashed right in front of me in turn 5 on Friday morning, and then he crashed later on Friday, later in the day, like he crashed twice in the same day. Like, what? And Heron goes out and he'll do like, 2 laps and sit in the pits and not ride.
Dude,
So you
right?
don't. It's like you can't look at what he's doing and see his lap times. Oh, that guy's gonna suck this weekend. No,
Yeah.
that guy's
He
a
still,
lunatic.
dude,
He'll go
once the
out.
race turns
He'll get
on,
one.
dude,
He'll get
jump
one
turns
lap.
on.
Yeah, as soon as the flag drops, that dude is like
Yeah.
full. Jake Gagne. That guy throws down, and as the season progressed, you could see the lap time coming for him.
Yeah.
The long race, the race long longevity for his arm, I guess, wasn't quite there. But I mean, you could see he was kind of making progress.
Yep.
Somebody's in the chat
is watching Bobby, like just putting in miles and miles and miles.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop, dude. He gets on the track and he just.
Bobby is an absolute freaking machine, dude. Like that guy,
insane.
he wants to be, dude. Bob wants to be the first guy on track, the last guy off. He wants to get the most laps. He goes out right away.
Crazy,
like, we don't mess around, dude. Like he goes right away and goes a race distance to see what's what. Like
dude, I need to take that advice and ride more. I hang out more during practice of track days or race weekend.
It's like club racer guys, right? Like it's like I mean, with club racer guys too. It's like you see that video that we posted of Cody scrubbing the swing arm and the rear sets with the toothbrush. What club racer have you seen do that?
Oh god, dude, I need to clean my brakes so bad.
Oh, I know. Like, do you even have a brush like that in your toolbox at club races?
Dude, I keep telling myself, put a friggin' toothbrush in there so you get. I already got the simple green to clean it for real, but I don't have a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny, man.
Yeah. So
dedication, bro, it's insane.
Yeah. So Bobby, I mean, he was at the end of the last season, we were making fun of him. We're like, dude, we had no idea you were such a doughboy, bro. Like, what's going on? But now, dude.
Oh, no way, dude.
We're like, wow, like, I mean, he wasn't quite gordito, but like he was, like a little, like, hey. But now, dude, like he looks like he can kick somebody's ass, dude.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a fighter. Yep. So he's super lean, super fit. A bunch of dudes in the paddock are also. You look at Ben Smith, awesome. You look at Matt Skoltz
at that level, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Matt Skoltz probably has a solid career ahead of him, working for like Abercrombie as like window model.
Dude, that's so Skoltz, dude. He's gonna be the new Revzilla model. Yeah,
he's gonna be the window model for the Sport Bike Track Gear, right? Mm-hmm.
Tell Brian you got his next fucking dude, man.
Yeah. I mean, his son's probably doing a pretty good job at that, but you know what I mean.
Max, man. Did you get to talk to those guys on the last adventure?
Yeah.
Are they doing pretty good?
Yeah, they're doing the thing, man. They're living the dream. It's awesome. Like I rap with those guys, Max and Brian, every round, just about. And they're arguably some of the most fun people in the paddock. So best attitude. They're just like, we should have gone faster. The kid rode like a pussy.
Yeah. Like, dude, don't tell him that. Well, I guess if you want to pump him
dude,
up.
the kid, the kid, one time the dad, Brian came up to me. He's like, yeah, dude, the kid's riding like a pussy, this and that, whatever. And so then later on, I talked to the kid on the weekend. He's like, yeah, man, I was out there riding like a pussy.
He owns it, dude. He's like,
he full on owns it, man.
Yeah,
like those guys keep it real for
That's
sure.
Awesome.
Like,
hell yeah, dude.
Another thing that I thought was cool this weekend. I mean, I think that's enough on the crash herd around the world, but I think it was pretty cool to see Jarrett Nassani up there. I think he beat Jake Lewis on the office bike. Yeah, dude. Like he was throwing down, dude. Like I'm like, where was this guy all year, man? Like, let's go, dude.
He showed up today.
Yeah, it's fun. So, yeah,
it was a good ending of this. Well, I don't want to say a good ending. It was an interesting, ending of this year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we all left with salty, like, man, that sucked.
That's fair.
It's like, okay, but that's racing, like, that's the, it's the, I can't remember the exact tagline, but Wild World of Sports always used to do this thing about, you experience the, whatever the success or the agony of defeat,
Yeah.
Well, we felt the agony of defeat, man. Like,
Yeah.
but that's racing. In
It's,
racing, you could be a hero and a zero just like that.
bro, I ain't
Overnight.
gonna lie. For like the last 3 or 4 months, I've been like, it's Bobby. He already won,
Oh,
bro.
dude.
It's
Oh,
over.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
Bobby.
when the team was repairing the bike after the crash in race 2, there was a
Yeah.
healthy crowd of people around our tent, and they were like, "You're the people's champion." That
Yes,
kind
he
of shit.
really
So,
is, dude. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I see it in the chat. SB Polo was wanting to know about the stock 1,000 being combined. I think we've already talked about that. And truthfully, I think there's probably still some anger on that, but mostly everybody's shifted their anger towards the decision to make the Daytona 200 a points paying round. So sorry. I think the attention span on that has shifted, and now it's towards the Daytona thing. What do you think of that? What do you think of making Daytona, making everybody show up to Daytona to race?
No,
if they
I think
want to,
that's cool.
yeah,
Like Daytona, it's a good, fun place. It's always interesting. Every year they do it. Like it's cool. It's a neat aspect.
But if it's a points paying round, then I'm guessing the people entering also all have to buy Dunlops, because if it's points paying, they use the spec tire. And traditionally, it's been open tire, so you could have Pirellis and Stones and everything there. So that's going to make, that's going to add some expense there. I'm just kind of devil's advocating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Devil's advocate means like, shit, dude.
See, dude.
Yeah, like our team, for instance, like when we have done it, we've done it a few times. Pirelli, we make a deal with Pirelli, and they support our deal, and our team doesn't have to buy tires. But if it's spec tire deal, like everybody's got to buy tires, and how many tires do you need to do? However many laps you need to do at Daytona? Was it 80 laps or something crazy?
It's insane. I don't know how many laps. It's just that is a long race. It's cool. It's beautiful. It's an awesome race, but yeah.
Right. So, hopefully maybe they raise the payout in that to accommodate inflation and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, the Rolex is cool, but can we just cash that in instead?
Sadly nowadays, right?
Like the Rolex at Daytona is kind of like a corporate office pizza party, right?
That's fucked. I'm sorry. That's jacked up, bro.
Like, you did the team building exercise. Let's have a pizza party. Here's a Rolex, bro. Thanks for spending $100,000 to come here and race your Supersport bike. Right? Dude. Yeah. So Summers says that next year's 200 is gonna be the lowest number of riders. I don't know, man. I mean, that's a crazy prediction. I don't ever,
bet against the 200, man.
Well, no, because people want to win the championship, dude. So
and you're not gonna miss that if it's a part of the game.
Right.
No way.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. So anyway, I guess the last thing is World Superbike. Estoril and Jerez.
Oh man, dude, that is so exciting.
Thoughts?
I can't.
In the comments, I mean, I see you guys are still connected. I see people are still watching. Thank you guys for being in there. In the chat, how do you guys think we're gonna do over there? In Estoril and Jerez. I think Jerez is gonna be tough, man. I think they're both gonna be tough. World Superbike, those guys are just, they're able to do things over there on the bikes and everything, and they're already been doing it all year. We're going over there. It's not our track. It's not our tires. Truthfully, it's not even our bike, really. Like, it's our bike, but we have to run a different fuel. And I think there's some few things that we get away with because we're just a wild card. But I mean, those guys are, good guess, Dan Christiani. Yeah, we're gonna get top 25. Isn't there like 25 people? Yeah, we're gonna get top 25. Yeah, some people are saying 8. Something, I mean, truthfully, when we went over there with Gagne and 22, I mean, we saw how difficult it was.
Dude, that's their world, man. No matter what we do, those are like, we're used to rougher tracks.
Right.
They've been doing this a long time.
Dude, I mean, over there, if I mean, truthfully, we go over there, we get top 15. That's like pretty healthy.
Yeah, that's
result.
amazing, dude.
My
That's,
opinion.
yeah.
My opinion. I think it's gonna be good.
I think
Either way, we're gonna have the great time. Right?
Oh my god, dude.
You got the shirts.
Yeah, dude.
You know, Stracker.
You know, dude, that's so awesome.
Peter Strack hooked us up with some shirts as well. You know, we did have Caleb make the shirts, and I'm sure Richard's going to talk about it. But, you know, I will say this, man, the shirts, they're not the same as the ones that the TrackDaz shirts are. And, man, like, Richard gave me so much shit. Like, it was like he was pouring it up. No, the World Superbike shirts. You know, we ended up banging them out, whatever. We get them, and they, you know, they kind of fit like cycling jerseys.
Oh no!
Yeah, dude.
No, dude.
So, I mean, if you know Richard, you know how well that went over, and yeah. So, basically Richard was in my ass about it, pretty solid, man. He's like, man, you sold this. Yeah, that's it. I'm not listening to you about shirts anymore. You know, like that kind of thing. So it's fun.
Did you choose the shirts and what brand or whatever?
Well, dude, Richard called me to handle it, and I called Caleb to handle it because he made our shirts, and they're great, right? Yeah, but they're not the same as our shirts. And so I tell Caleb, and I'm like, look, man, you got to make this right, bro. You know, this is like a remake of a bad movie we already had before with that other shirt guy. Like,
we don't all look like Bobby. Like,
dude, the next morning, Friday morning, I wake up to a text from Caleb early in the morning. He's like, "Look, man, they're gonna remake the shirts. They're gonna send them whatever." And then I got a notification today that the shirts are gonna be at our hotel a couple days before we check in. So we're dialed.
Nice,
you know, we're dialed, and you know. That's a customer service thing. I think I'm going to give that a positive mark for Caleb on that.
Oh, hell yeah. He made it right, dude.
Whether or not Richard reorders from him again or uses him again, at least he, you know, I'd say at least Caleb stepped up and, you know, made the thing right. And, you know, our husky, you know, our toddler's extra husky crew, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a accidental baby gap shopping.
Oh, bro, the largest fit like mediums, the extra largest fit like larges. Yeah. So if you order the extra large, you probably need a double X. So
you're now in a medium.
Right. So I see in the chat some of the guys are talking about if World Superbike to race in the US, what track should it be? I mean, traditionally, it's always been Laguna, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, truthfully, I would like to see it be Road America.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. A Road America World Superbike round would be bananas. You know, they would have to make a bunch of extra bratwursts and maybe open a couple extra shooting ranges.
Yeah, definitely.
For the Europeans to come over here and experience
first time ever pulling a trigger.
Yeah, first time ever being somewhere with the Second Amendment. Yeah,
for sure.
Freedom, right?
Dude, like,
Coda would be a good place. Coda would be a good spot for World Superbike as well.
You can't go wrong with Coda. Yeah,
right. Yeah, Mason Lee, thank you for that, buddy. Tube tops, I think we're gonna do. You know, fishnet. Attack Yamaha fishnet tube tops. Yeah. Just send the email to Josef Tomasovich and order your fishnet tank top, tube top thing. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Only if you wear one at the next track.
Chunky Bun says she'd pay to see me wear this crop top holding the umbrella.
I'm pretty sure I'd pay to not see you do that.
I think most people.
I don't know. I've seen you in some pretty weird overalls.
Yeah, dude. I mean, those weird overalls at Bryce's dealership. That's a pretty big one, right? Man. Yeah. Anyway, so Yeah, I'd say Brush Creek. I'd say Road America over Barber. Barber's like Barber's too small, dude. I mean, I want to see the things go, dude.
Yeah,
Like you
Barber's
want
like
to
a super
see
tight track.
200-mile-an-hour stuff. You don't want to see like the flip floppy stuff. You want to see them rolling. So
Yeah.
that's why I say Road America. Yeah, we need to make wife beaters with logos on it saying the official bitch beaters. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I send that to send that to Alpha Omega. Maybe they'll make those. Right. Um. Yeah. Okay. So Chunky Bun says she's going to Barber the first time in a couple of weeks. Barber's amazing. You're gonna spend an entire day in the museum there. So yeah, we're gonna show up. We're gonna show up in Europe like average Joes. Yep. Absolutely. We are average Joes. What are you talking about? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Anyway, I don't know. So World Superbike comes to the States. Truthfully, Laguna, right? But
Yeah,
if it's not Laguna, I would say flip a coin between Circuit of the Americas and Road America. And truthfully, I favor Road America just because it's so just epic, right?
Yeah.
And it's such a long racetrack. It's not like one of those little 2.5ers or whatever for these big bikes. It's a healthy,
Yeah.
was it 4.5 miles, something crazy? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
Road
when you're
America.
watching the times of the Supersport get close to the Superbike, you're not on a big track. You're not using
Right.
those bikes.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, there you go. So thoughts? Final thoughts, Mark. Go.
Oh man, dude. Honestly, I think the end of the year for Moto America was amazing. I'm super happy with. I mean, maybe not happy with how it all boiled out, but just, God, dude, it was just good, dude. Like Supersport, like everything was awesome, right? The fact that you guys are actually taking Bobby to Europe, I think that is amazing, and I think Bobby's going to do a good job, in my opinion. I think the crew, like Attack, is so professional. Like that is going to be such a solid. It's going to be a solid, showing of where we're coming as Americans and our racing. I think, in my opinion. So obviously, I wish Bobby very well and the Attack team doing very well. I think that overall, dude, you guys are in it for such a fun trip. Like, just that experience alone is huge for the team, for the riders, for us to watch. Like,
well, truthfully, I mean, I think maybe there's some learning opportunities there too to kind of see how those guys are doing things over there. So
yeah, for sure.
Maybe take some of that stuff back home and apply that, or at least on some scale, in the program here. So,
definitely.
And also battling with dudes that are like, it helps, right? So
for sure.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a learning experience. It's gonna be great. So, super looking forward to that. And next season we pick up. I don't think the work really ever ends with Richard. Anybody that knows that guy knows that he's always working something to try to make them things even faster.
Well, it's easier for us to say a rider wants to progress. So does a team. Like the team wants to move up in the world. Like,
well, I think he wants to just smash everybody and figure out how to make things boring again. Like he's in the most people don't know, man. That guy, he doesn't ever stop. Like he's driving this truck right now, probably, right? I talked to him this morning. He was like somewhere in Missouri driving. So like,
Jesus.
Like the dude is legit driving the semi back with Walker, and I think they'll be back sometime tomorrow afternoon. So, right, and I mean, like you look at the wild card even last year. Hayden Gillen went over there and raced, and had his experience, and Bobby learned from Hayden, right? They don't let you bring your American Arise over there. You gotta have FIM certified helmets. So, Bobby's got a couple of FIM certified helmets. He's got, I know there was a couple sets of leathers in the crate because I put them in there.
Yeah. You're like, you're good, dude.
Yeah. Okay, they're asking me what went down with Warhorse and Alessandro. Dude, I wasn't there, but I heard at
I'm
Coda.
gonna hit the body.
Okay. Okay, so Steve, yeah, good luck with that. Steve Long, the Alessandro thing, I heard it happened at Coda, and I guess Alessandro had signed with the Rahal team for next year to ride Supersport alongside Kayla Yakov, and for whatever reason, he also was riding a Warhorse Talent Cup bike. And I guess they basically didn't like the fact that he had signed with that other team. So they changed riders. That's all I know. I mean, I'm sure there was some more colorful ways to say that, but bottom line is that, they were like, okay, well, if you're going to sign with basically our competition, we're going to have you go somewhere else. You're done here. I think it makes sense. So, but yeah, we'll wrap this thing as soon as Mark gets back so he can sign off. But thank you guys for watching this stuff all season long, and truthfully, putting up with myself and Ricky Bobby and our band of guest hosts and fill-ins. Thank you guys for watching that stuff. I guess I'm being requested to ask Mark to next time wear a Batman mask and say I'm Batman on the show. So that's fun.
I have too many 3D printers. I got bored. I hit print on a Batman mask.
Yeah,
I'll put it on next time.
Yeah, you gotta kind of.
I'll wear it for you next time.
Yeah. So when are you riding next, Mark?
On the street or?
Oh, on the track. When are you gonna ride the track?
1 November.
Oh, you're going to the circuit with TrackDaz November 1?
Yes, sir.
Shocker.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
right.
I have a race in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. You're gonna race. And what club is racing at the circuit in 2 weeks?
CRA. So I'll be doing the CRA twins, all the twins I possibly can. So there should be essentially 6 total races throughout the weekend, and I'm going to dedicate to that instead of the last couple races. I built up my RC390 and kind of turned it into a bike. So if I'd go out with a 660, if I was smoked and I couldn't do the next round, I would hop on a 390 just to get the experience in. And I had fun because I finally got a first place out of it. But it was like cheating.
Wow. Dude. You're racing like a KTM 390.
Well, I mean, not anymore. So I'm not bringing it next session now.
Yeah.
But it was fun, dude. It was a good trial, So I'll do my 6 rounds of the 660 in the twins classes, and that's in 2 weeks. Yeah. Should be fun.
So are you gonna, like, it says Soulless Ginger saying AFM's at the circuit in October as well? Are you?
It is.
CRA, is it the weekend after or something? Like, I thought CRA was going to race at Willow.
CRA was going to race at Willow. Something happened with whether or not they're going to repave and fix a certain portion of Willow, from my understanding. I believe, not 100% sure. So they basically put out a request to everyone who wants to ride which track, and they were able to get the circuit again for an earlier weekend. So it was pretty much chosen by the racers themselves, which is kind of cool.
So, you and I are working on a project together, but what are your plans for the off season?
Oh, the off season is going to have quite a bit of grind.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm being asked here if we're going to be doing some specials and educational videos and things. Do you see that in the future for us, maybe?
Yeah, quite a bit, actually. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm
Stay
going to spend a lot of
tuned.
time with you, Dustin.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. You going to spend a lot of time with this goon?
Yeah, that goon. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another goon involved in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you earlier in the podcast, if you saw Mark's screen, that's what we're kind of talking about, and there'll be more on that later.
Yeah.
You're moving your mouse around.
I have to type.
You have to type? Okay. Yeah, so there'll be more on that throttle sauce thing later. That's what that is. So be on the lookout for that. And we're gonna do a how to stay in race shape.
Oh yeah, I'm like, like
yeah, we're gonna do a video like how to not be a wad of chewed up bubble gum.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. So, yeah.
Starting point.
And then also, thank you in the chat, Brush Creek. You said my sub for Mike on the mic was better than this weekend's replacement or alternative or whatever. I don't know about who that was or what that was, but just so you know, again, to make it clear, that was a total goof. I hope you guys saw that that was a goof. Like, there's no way I want to be like, I mean, it wouldn't be funny if it wouldn't be nearly as funny if I went and like tried to be a color commentator. Like, no way. I think it was funnier to be standing there. Okay, I talked to one guy and that's it.
And I got.
And then he tells me I have to keep talking. So I'm like, now what do I do? Right.
Yeah.
So, but you know, truthfully, that opened up an opportunity for me to get to see inside the TV truck and, you know, look like mission control in there, dude. Like I mean, dude, it's like, you know what? It looks like the backdrop of that Truman movie, you know, that Jim Carrey Truman movie. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I do not want to be Justin on the mic, man. Mike on the mic, he's got that shit locked down. That dude can speak about motorbikes, pointed, ask all the right questions and all that stuff without skipping a beat for like hours on end. Not doing that, dude.
No, dude, imagine being
I gotta pause
sitting there with a million buttons, hearing
no, dude.
Whatever, cam this, and you have to like know which camera to push. Like, dude, that guy alone, if he messes up, like
yeah. Yeah,
it's probably a reason nobody knows that dude's name. Like,
yeah. So yeah, Mike on the mic. Like I got some WhatsApp messages from today about Estoril and Jerez. So, you know, because I'm the media guy, I guess. So I got to make sure that Bob gets shuffled to the right location at the right time and dealing with all our World Superbike passes and things like that. So like we have this like pit in app. And then it's like, oh, like World Superbike, they don't do like hard cards. They do like a pass. So it's like, boop,
get with the times,
you know, yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty heavy on the tech there, but it's neat. It's super neat. So looking forward to that trip. But anyway, let's wrap this thing. Yeah, because shit, we're like almost an hour and a half. Okay. Yeah, Chucky Bunch says that her kid's watching the races and she's watching the stand-in lady for Mike on the mic.
Oh,
and her kid is like, that guy's horrible. Where's Mike?
Yes.
Mike on the mic's so good, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want that job. No way. I'm more of like a edit all the ums out and shit. Like I don't want to be like freestyling for an hour and a half. Like Mike on the mic should he should do stand up. I think.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you
I think that dude would murder at stand up. But yeah. But anyway, thank you guys all for watching that stuff and watching our podcast. You know, appreciate you filling in for Ricky Bobby tonight. We really had to get a show in, and you know, Bobby and I kind of boxed a little bit about the silly season stuff, and I'm sure we're going to talk more about that in depth on the next one, which will be after we get back from World Superbike. So, awesome. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys for watching this crap, and you know, we're going to keep doing it. You know, the weekend hangover, eventually maybe moving somewhere. We'll I guess you could say we'll have the sauce on that later, right?
There might be some sauce. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. And I think we're just going to close this thing out. Yeah.
All right, dude. Let's go.